What's up, everybody? My name is Julian. I'm a rising second year medical school student, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, y'all, I just finished my first year of medical school like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was supposed to make this video a long time ago, but you know, the way medical school works out, your boy didn't get around to it. I was fighting for my life, to be very honest, fighting for my life. When I say fighting, I made it. Thank God. But listen, I had to take a break from YouTube just to, you know, get my mind right and make sure that I could continue on in medical school and continue to make videos. Because my thing is, if I fail out, y'all ain't gonna see nothing ever again. So, yeah, I'm still here. I passed. I did that. But in today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the mistakes that I feel like I made throughout my first year of medical school that, you know, I could definitely learn from in the future, but also, you know, that if I didn't make those, I feel like I would be in like a better place at this very moment. But that's okay. You know, mistakes happen. It's all about, you know, the journey. It's not always about like how you get there, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, these will always be, you know, lessons that I can use moving forward in life. And so I guess it's better to make the mistakes early on than later, because I've been told it only gets harder. So we gonna see. This is like very like vague, but I'm gonna get like into it and like why I feel this way. But I feel like I doubted myself too much coming into medical school, and so I feel like that kind of hindered me at many moments, like from the start and even like throughout, like maybe like a few weeks ago. And like I don't really know why I like doubted myself so much. I mean, I think it's just like a general like doubt in like the abilities that I have and my intelligence personally. And it's not that I'm not smart, because obviously I'm here, right? But it's just like that doubt that you have moving into like new spaces in life, the doubt that you won't succeed. And like honestly, and I shared this with some of my friends like a few weeks ago, but like I really honestly thought that like I wouldn't like pass my first year of medical school at many points, honestly, from the start and throughout. And you know, I'm still here and I'm grateful for that, but you know, it definitely was with, you know, great, like a lot of effort and a lot of error and a lot of mistakes as well, which is why I'm making this video right now. But and this may be all over the place, but y'all, you know, I'm just like, I just talk to the camera. It's basically like a rant. But I feel like I doubted myself a lot just because like a lot of the students here, like being in medical school, you will meet so many smart, intelligent, and hardworking people. And you know, when you're coming from spaces where you're often like the person in the class that gets like the highest grades, you get like A's on all your tests in college, like medical school is totally different. And so I think that it was kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around that I wasn't always going to be the person in the class answering all of the questions. And that's another thing I want to talk about. In college, I felt like in many of my classes, I was always like that person who would raise my hand and answer questions. I was always, you know, very confident without that much effort. To be honest, I thought that I was putting in so much effort throughout college. Honestly, I don't know what I was doing. I feel like for that level of education, I probably was putting a lot of effort, but compared to like being here, I feel like I did really nothing during college. And so not being able to like always answer questions in class and raise my hand in a small group and, you know, have the right answer for everything, like people that I was in a group with or people that I was just in small group in general with, that was a hard pill to swallow. Honestly, it made me feel stupid at times because people would come in knowing so much. Even before we learned the information, they would just know it. And so yeah, that was a very hard pill to swallow. But I think it's just about, you know, being confident in your ability to, you know, work towards reaching their level. It's all about being resilient and, you know, just working hard. Honestly, I tell people all the time, I'm not the smartest person out there. I've never considered myself to just be like so smart, but what I am is hard working, and I think that's what's gotten me to this point and what has gotten me through it. And I feel like many people I know kind of feel this same way, and you might think you're in it alone and you're not. Okay, another mistake I made, which I would never do again. So in my school, lecture is optional, and so they'll always like record the lectures and post them probably like an hour or two after the lectures happen. And so like by most of the time by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, all the lectures are posted. And so you just, you can go home and watch the lectures however you want, whatever speed you want. And so because I wasn't really learning in lecture when I was going at 8 in the morning, I was just sitting there, everything was going over my head. I was like, why don't I just like review during this time and then watch the lectures at my own pace, like after class. And so that was helping me a lot. And then at some point I just stopped watching the lectures and just started studying solely based off of the PowerPoints. That was a mistake. I won't do it again, like I said, because you'll find a lot of the time that certain things the lecturers will emphasize like verbally, and so that helps a lot when you study, because it's no way to know every single thing they teach. If you know, you know. If you don't know and you're coming in, you will know those PowerPoints are very long. Sometimes you have 130, 140 PowerPoint slides in one day, and then you have to learn a whole new set every other day. And so yeah, it's just impossible to know every single thing. And so I think having those verbal cues helps a lot. And so once I started watching lecture again at my own pace, I was perfectly fine. And so that was one mistake I made. I kind of regret it, but I'm still here, so at least I passed. If I failed, then like I would be much more mad, but much more upset. Excuse me, but I'm still here, so it kind of is what it is at that point. But now I know, so moving forward, I can make those adjustments and not stop watching lecture again. It's all about learning from your mistakes. Being in medical school, because I know like a lot of time going through life, like people will make mistakes and you just keep making them over and over again, and you like won't change or whatever. But being in medical school, it's really important to learn from those mistakes and apply that and use it, because it could honestly make or break you, because you have to pass the test to continue on. So if I didn't learn from those mistakes, then at some point I could have failed multiple tests in one class and then been gone. So learn from your mistakes and keep it pushing. Don't beat yourself up too bad, but still, take those mistakes to heart and apply them. Okay, another mistake, which I feel like this is like a recurring thing throughout my life, asking for help. Honestly, I'm just really bad at that, and I honestly need to start checking myself more about that, especially as I keep going higher and higher in terms of my medical education, because it's only gonna get harder and harder. But I just have like a hard time asking for help. I don't really know what it is. I honestly don't, because like I don't see an issue with it anymore. I used to feel inadequate when I asked for help, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I just like don't really think to do it. I feel like I'm so used to just taking on everything myself and just like working with what I have and figuring everything out for myself. And so that's something that I want to work on in the future. Next year, I definitely want to go to our like tutoring service and use them more, because they're there for us. We're paying for it, so why wouldn't I use it? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like paying for products I'm not getting. But yeah, I definitely want to start using our tutoring service, and we have like an academic counselor or advisor, and I've heard that she's very helpful as well. And I've talked about this in other videos, if you've seen those, and I still haven't been to her, just so y'all know. But I will go when I get back to school. But yeah, I definitely want to use my resources more to just help me, continue to grow, because I have done well on some tests, but I want to work on becoming more consistent with my test grades and how I take the test and how I prepare myself for those tests. And so definitely want to start using the resources that I have available to me more than I do right now. Overall, I feel like I've grown so much from making these mistakes. Of course nobody wants to like keep making mistakes over and over again, but like I said, there's value in the mistakes that you make, especially in an environment like this. There's more so like a controlled environment, and like I feel like medical school is more of the real world than college is, but it's still like a controlled environment. And so I think you still have some space to make those mistakes and still be okay, because I'm still here. So I mean, everything's like fine, I guess. But yeah, I just want to continue to like learn from my mistakes and just grow more than I have in the past. But in this past year, I honestly have grown a lot. Being in medical school is a very unique experience that I honestly cannot explain. If you're not in medical school, it's just like I just like it's so hard for other people like to understand like what we go through and like how much we have to like adapt and just like learn as time goes on very rapidly too. But yeah, I feel like even though I've made all these mistakes that I wouldn't have wanted to make, I definitely am gonna come out of this a stronger person. And so, you know, I'm proud of myself, honestly, for getting through my first year of medical school. And I don't share my feelings a lot, but I feel like this is the first time that I've like actually been proud of myself, like truly proud. And so that makes me happy, even though, you know, when I look back, I have many accomplishments, obviously. To get into medical school, you just pretty much have to. And so it's kind of weird to say that like I haven't been like truly proud of myself before this, but you know, only I really understand me completely, if that makes sense. So yeah, and if you have those feelings as well, be proud of yourself. Every accomplishment is something to be happy about and to be proud of, and so give yourself more credit. And yeah, just keep working to become a better person and accomplish your goals. But that's all for today's video. I'm definitely gonna start posting more this summer. I'm gonna get back into it, y'all. I fell off because medical school is stressing me out. But yeah, I'm here to answer y'all questions, give y'all advice, medical school advice, application stuff, whatever y'all need. I'm here for y'all. I'm gonna be a resource, especially, you know, for those who, you know, don't have people in their life who can like help them with this process. You know, I definitely want to be there for y'all as well. So thank y'all for watching, and I will catch y'all later.